Hi, my name is Amber Ricketts, and this is my persuasive speech. The topic I chose for my persuasive speech is drug testing for welfare and why that should be put in place. Welfare is the amount of money given to people who do not have enough money to live. This program was created in the 1930s when the government realized there was too many people living off of little or no money. To attain welfare, you must have specific requirements on the amount of income you make and the stipulations about your lifestyle. These requirements differ from state to state. The problem with drug testing for welfare is some people believe that it will be a waste of tax money. This is because drug testing will cost $45 per drug test. So each person who takes the drug test must pay $45. If the person passes their drug test with a negative result coming back, they will be refurbished of their dues. This means that they will not have to pay for the drug test in the long-term effect. People who fail the drug test will have to pay for their drug test. The problem with this is that many people are not failing their drug tests. For example, Florida recently passed a law that drug testing for welfare is a requirement to receive the welfare. What happened was only 2% of people tested positive on their drug test, meaning they failed the drug test. This means that the government of Florida is paying for 98% of drug tests of people on welfare. Another thing that welfare can help is it will help drug addictions. People on welfare who fail their drug test will have the option to be sent to a rehabilitation center to clean themselves up. If these people have children, they will temporarily not have custody of their children, but when they get out of the rehabilitation center, they will get their children back as long as they successfully complete the rehabilitation center. Lastly, having to take a drug test to get welfare will assure people that they are getting the help they need. It will be sure that we're not helping people who are taking advantage of the help they're getting. If we give the money to people who are taking drugs, then that means that they're spending the little amount of money that they do have on drugs. This is helping the black market and not the economy. So if we drug test people, it'll take that small amount of people who are using the money they have for drugs and only relying solely on the welfare money they're getting to survive. If we take those people out, then the people who are in debt from college tuition or maybe are just struggling in their lifestyle, maybe they will get the help that they need instead of these people who are taking advantage of the system. Drug testing was created originally to help people get on their feet. It's supposed to be a short-term program. The problem with this is people who are still eligible will keep getting the money. People who keep getting this money are not using this money for good, and they know that they're going to keep getting this money, so they aren't trying to change their lifestyle. Drug testing people on welfare will reassure taxpayers also that the help they are giving is going to people who need it. People think that the people who are being drug tested is targeting the poor people, and it's unconstitutional to believe that just because they're poor, they're on drugs. This is untrue, because people who have jobs are most likely drug tested. A lot of jobs drug test people and also randomly drug test people. So saying that it's unconstitutional and it's targeting the poor is an invalid argument, because if you get a job, you're going to be drug tested also. So these people who are potentially paying for the welfare that people are getting are being drug tested, but the people who are receiving the welfare are not being drug tested. This is why it's a big problem in the world, because people do not understand why they have to be drug tested to have a job, but they don't have to be drug tested to not have a job but still get paid for not having a job. Drug testing for welfare will not only create a line between the people who really need help and the people who are taking advantage of the system, causing people who need to get it, and the people who cannot get welfare help figure out things on their own. If you are relying on welfare to keep getting your drug fix, then you need to be taken off of welfare and have to figure out how to support yourself without the extra help and without the extra money from the government. We should not be supporting people who are making wrong decisions in their life, and if they are making the wrong decisions, we should be getting them the help they need and giving the money that people are paying through taxes to the people who need the help and who are planning to use that money to get on their feet and support themselves eventually. I believe that drug testing for welfare is a good thing to do, and that the law should be passed in all states.